calling it a love song.
What is up, my awesome gemstones? It's Mary Gem and I'm back with another video. I missed you guys so much. So yeah, today's video is going to be on how do people see you. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 piles. So let's get into them. Pile number 1 is this light purple fine liner, if it can focus. Okay, wait, let me see. I'm sorry, this is really small. Okay, this light purple. Pile number 2 is this red fine liner. Pile number 3 is this black fine liner. Pile number 4 is this light green fine liner. And then pile 5 is this purple eyeliner, fine liner. So these are the 5 piles. Pick whichever one you would like. You can pick 2, 3, 4, all of them. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. Hey guys, it's Mary Gem and I'm back with another video. I'm doing behind the scenes right now. So if you want to catch behind the scenes, make sure to follow me on Instagram. Here is my Instagram. I post behind the scenes, I post day in my life, and all of that stuff. So yeah. So hey my gemstones, it's Mary Gem. All of a sudden I am so out of breath. I'm emotional, I'm doing all that stuff. I just want to say I'm so sorry. It has been 6 months. This is not okay. Guys, hold me accountable. I will hold myself accountable. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. It has been 6 months since my last video. What the heck? How is it June already? I don't understand. I do not understand. I just want to say I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, life has been so hectic. Definitely, guys, if you want to get into the video, timestamps down below. Timestamps down below. Okay, so I just want to say I'm so sorry once again. I really am. I don't know what happened. This year I started working and I started studying. So my job is part-time, but I'm a student full-time. And yeah, like, it's just been super hectic. And yeah, I don't know where the time went. But anyways, I really am sorry. I'm back. I'm back, okay? So yeah, also I got braids, so that's cool. I'm trying to think, are there any updates? No, hey? Yeah, besides working and studying, things have been pretty chilled. I feel like I have not been myself since I haven't been uploading. I feel like I just haven't been available, you know, spiritually, mentally, socially. I just feel like I've been putting a lot of myself, like, within myself, or like I can't even think of the right words, but I just feel like I haven't been myself because I feel like I haven't been making videos and I haven't been talking to you. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for the people that were still you know, ordering readings. I am still available for personal readings if you would like one down below. So yeah, let's just get straight into the video. This is a very long intro. I'm really sorry about it, but yeah, let's get into it. So this video is going to be how do people see you, okay? This is going to be people's first impression of you, basically. How do they see you? So pile number 1, you guys chose this light purple fine liner. So we call these fine liners in South Africa. I don't know if you guys call it the same thing, but yeah, let's get into your video. We got a lot of cards. So the first card is Life's a Bitch and Then You Keep Living. So this is from BoJack Horseman, the TV show. I definitely recommend you to watch it if you haven't. But I think people see you as someone where it's kind of like you've been through a lot of things, and I feel like there are times where you can be really cynical. I think that you're someone that has a lot of dark humor, and it's kind of like when people, like, even though you're a really cynical person at times and you can have really dark humor, maybe you're always wearing black, or sometimes you just have days where you're super low, you know, maybe you have bipolar, or I just feel like you have a lot of highs and lows where it's like some days you're really happy, you know, you're going and you're excited and you're just doing everything you want to do, and then other times you're feeling really low and you don't want to get out of bed. And I feel like there's this energy where I read this thing where it was like the happiest people smile the brightest, the saddest people something something, I don't know, something like that. And it's kind of like you, I feel like even though sometimes you're very cynical and sometimes you don't have hope, I think that you don't want anyone else to feel that way, you know? It's kind of like, let's say, yeah, you don't have any hope. Let's say you don't feel really good about yourself, but now someone else is going and saying, yeah, same. You're gonna be like, no, bitch. No, bitch. Like, no. You're gonna be fine, okay? And I think that people really do appreciate that about you, because it's kind of like maybe you aren't someone that's really affectionate. I feel like sometimes when people are coming and they're trying to hug you, they're trying to be in your space, you're like a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe you also have autism or something, I don't know, but I'm seeing something about your mental health coming in here. And I just think that it's really hard for you to read social cues. It's really hard for you to be affectionate with people sometimes. And I think that it just makes it even more special when you do that to someone. You know, like I can see you being someone that, like I said, you aren't always super open, and then I can see a friend of yours or someone that you care about being really sad, being really low, and you being like, okay, you know what, like I can tell they're upset, I'm gonna give them a hug. And I think it just means a lot more, you know? Like my brother, he's a Gemini, so you could also be a Gemini, and he's someone that is kind of similar to this. Well, not really, but I just feel like he doesn't say I love you a lot. And when I do say I love you to him, when he says it back, it just means a lot more, because I know that he doesn't say it a lot. So I just think that you do this one thing, you don't do it a lot, but when you do, it just means so much to that person. And then we have we're not doomed, guys, okay? So again, okay, sorry, this is not focusing. But yeah, it's basically just saying that, you know, we're not doomed. I feel like you give people this energy where it's like you're hopeful. Like even when you don't have hope, I think people can see a lot of like what you've been through, because I can see that you've been through a lot. Like I just think you've been through a lot. I feel like you have a lot of trauma. And I think that even when people, how do I say this? I think a lot of people look up to you. I think a lot of people want to be like you and be similar to you. I think that you have a big influence on people, and it's kind of like, oh, how do I say this? I think sometimes you don't want people to look up to you. Sometimes you don't want people to be similar to you or something. Like you don't want people to look up to you because you know that you've done, maybe, I don't want to say bad stuff, but you've done things that you aren't proud of. You could be a new parent or something, and maybe you're just thinking about like life, and like when people say, oh, I look up to you, I want to be like you, and you're kind of like, you don't want to be like me, you know? And I just think that people see you as an amazing person, and you shouldn't be too hard on yourself, okay? People would be lucky to be even a smidge as amazing as you are, okay? Yeah, we're not doomed. We have the you're so pretty, OMG, thank you, so are you, silence. So you could maybe be on dating apps, or I can see people, oh, why is this not focusing? Focus. Okay, so yeah, I feel like you could maybe be dating right now, and people kind of get that energy where you're just scoping the field, you're seeing what's out there. And this, you could be queer, as you can see. Oh, it's Pride Month. Okay, this video is timeless, but yeah, it is Pride Month while I'm busy recording this. And maybe you could be queer, and it's kind of like sometimes you're really awkward when it comes to flirting, and I think that people can see that you're trying to, you know, put yourself out there, but it's kind of like people can tell that you haven't done this in a while. Maybe you're older, and I can see you going on a date with someone after going through like a breakup with someone that you were with for a very long time. And I can kind of see people gauging like, oh, like, not that you're not over your ex, but I think it's just that you are very new to this. And then we have working again, Taurus. Oh, I love this card. I love this energy for you. So basically this is talking about you just, you know, getting back on the bandwagon. I don't think that's the right word, but you just getting back on the wagon. You know, you're working again, you are drinking water again, you are talking to friends more. I just think that you're back on your shit, you know, you're back on your grind, and I think people can tell. I feel like people can see that you're happier, basically. So Spirit, how do people see pile 1? How do people see pile 1? Okay, so we have the 2 of Wands and we have the 2 of Cups. So this is reciprocation of feeling. 2 talks about duality. It can even like represent the moon card and your inner feelings. And I think that people are always trying to figure out what you're thinking, what you're feeling. I just think you're such an enigma and you're so interesting and people just want to know all about you, and it's really amazing. So 2 of Wands, I feel like people can see you as someone that's very articulate. I feel like you're someone that has a lot to say. And I think that when you do speak, it just speaks volumes, you know. I feel like you have so much wisdom. I feel like you've accumulated so much experiences in your life. And I think that you should talk about it, you know. You should talk about your experiences. I'm even seeing that you should maybe start even a YouTube channel or a podcast or a blog or something. I just feel like people want to hear what you have to say. I feel like you're very engaging. People like having conversations with you. You know, I think that you've noticed when people talk to you, like their feet are pointed towards you. I think that people are always, like I said, trying to understand, trying to figure you out. And like, there was this other thing I read where it's like, don't try to study me, you won't graduate. And I just think that people are so obsessed with trying to figure out what you are, what you're doing, what's your deal, you know. And people will even try to like look at your body language. People will try to think, okay, like they're making eye contact with me, that means they like me, right? Or maybe, I think like what you do and how you feel is completely different, you know. You could be looking at someone and like being super into it, like maybe you're even having intimate relations with them, like, and you'll just be pretending. Like literally I can see you like getting down and dirty with someone, you know, doing the devil's tango, and you pretending like you're into it but actually you aren't. And I think that scares people. It's kind of like, do you actually care about me or don't you? Like, do you like this, do you not like this? So yeah, I think Spirit is just saying definitely talk more about what you're into and what you aren't into. And then the 2 of Cups talks about a reciprocation of feelings. It talks about emotions and you offering things to people. So I think that people really do treasure their relationships that they have with you. Yeah. Then we have the Page of, the Knight of Wands. The Page of Rods. Yeah, I think that's the Knight. Page of. Anyways, guys, I haven't done this in a while. But what I'm basically getting is that, yeah, I feel like you're very sexy. I think you're really attractive. People see you as that, you know. I think people, as soon as they meet you, they're kind of like, damn, like, you're the one I want. Like, I'm getting Bridgerton vibes where it's like, you're the bane of my existence. You know, people get that obsessed energy when it comes to you. I think that when people meet you, it's like one thing. But when people fall in love with you, oof, that's a whole nother thing, you know. Yeah. It's like I read this other thing where it's like being in love with someone is one thing, but falling in love, that's a completely different thing. And I think that quote kind of encompasses you and what you are. So that is what I got for pile 1. I really hope the video resonated. I love you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You can order a personal reading from me if you would like as well. And let's get into the next pile. What is up, pile number 2? So you guys chose this red fine liner. Okay, so let's see, how do people see you? Okay, what is the first impression, or just how do people see you? So Spirit, how do people see pile 2? Can we please clear the energy? This is just for pile 2. Okay. So we have the Peak card. This is Scorpio energy. So you could definitely be a Scorpio, a Cancer, or an Aquarius. And I think people see you as someone where it's like you haven't reached your peak yet. I feel like you are full of so much potential and people can see that. I think from the moment you were born, people saw like a greatness in you. And maybe you could be the oldest sibling or the oldest child or the only child. I think you have a lot of academic validation type vibe, or you get validation from, yeah, academics. And I think you had a lot of older friends growing up, or sometimes, yeah, I think you had a really alternative, different... Okay, that's my dog, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry about that, my dog was busy barking. But anyways, let me start from the beginning. So you guys got the P card. So yeah, you know, you're destined for greatness, and I think that maybe you grew up in a way where it's either or. I feel like maybe you started up growing up in like a family that was really strict, very religious, very conservative, and I think that they expected you to be a doctor, a lawyer. They expected you to do this and that and that, and your life was kind of mapped out to you, for you. And then yeah, I think people just saw you as like destined for greatness. You know, maybe it's because you're really smart, very intelligent. I think people see you as just, yeah, being super smart, fam. Like, you got them brain cells, you know what I mean? You got them brain cells. And yeah, and I feel like maybe you like shied away from that. You could still be in that energy now, but I can see you in the future kind of shying away from how do I say this? Like, there's this other movie, I'm gonna put a picture of this girl, she's the oldest sibling, and she was like singing about how much like everyone looks at this person and they think that, you know, they're so smart, they're so strong, they're so amazing, but actually they're going through a lot of things. And I think that people look at you and they just see that you're this amazing jewel, this amazing person, and like you have no problems, you're just, you know, does that make sense? And I think that you're going through a lot, and yeah, I think people don't see that side of you. And then we have the deserve card. So this talks about what you deserve. Yeah, I think that you've been battling kind of like what you deserve and what you desire, and people can kind of see that. I feel like you just deserve the best. I think you're such an amazing person. People see you as an amazing person and they just want you to be happy. Then we have the moving on card, Aquarius. I think that people find it really hard to move on from you. Also, excuse my nails. But yeah, I think that people struggle moving on from you. I think you're one of those people where it's like, if someone fucks up when it comes to you, they know that they're going to regret it for the rest of their life. I think besides just being really smart, I think you're really funny. I can see you just being able to make people laugh, and you can be really sarcastic. I feel like you just make people smile a lot. Yeah. I feel like you could have also been dating a Virgo, or you could be with a Virgo right now, or a Virgo has a crush on you. So Spirit, how do people see Paul too? Whoa, why do we have so many cards? Okay. So we have the Devil card. So this does talk about addiction. It does talk about unhealthy relationships. So I just think that sometimes you have an unhealthy relationship with something in your life, and people can kind of sense that, whether it is that academic validation or I don't know, I just keep getting academic validation. Like, I think you're really hard on yourself when it comes to a certain aspect of your life, and people can kind of tell. I think that sometimes you revolve your life around the people that you love, and that's amazing. I think you're there for people, like, I feel like you're an Aquarius, you know, definitely. You also could be a Capricorn though. Yeah. And I just think that you're trying to be everything for everyone, and people just see you as this amazing person where it's like, if they need someone, you're there for them. If they need advice, you're there for them. If they're crying, you're there for them. I just feel like you're there to celebrate people's highs and people's lows. And you get different types of friends. You get the party friends, you get the friends from childhood, you get the friends from high school, you get the friends where you're not really friends, you're just co-workers. And I think you're all of them in one. Even if you are a co-worker to someone, I think that they feel comfortable enough to tell you their personal life stories, you know. I can see people wanting to have relationships with you, even when, I don't want to say it's not appropriate, but I just think it's not the norm. Like, I can see your boss wanting to be best friends with you and being like, actually, you're really cool, like, can we be besties? Or I can see your boss having a crush on you. I don't know. I can just see people like really liking you and wanting to be your friend, when it's kind of like, I don't know, like maybe you're at a restaurant and there's a waiter and like they can overhear your conversation with someone else and they just want to slip you their number and be like, okay, this is not romantic, it's platonic, like I just want to be your best friend. I think you're that person where if someone saw you walking down the street, like they want to be your best friend. I'm sure you've seen that before. Like I've even seen people like walking down the street and I see them with like I don't know, they're wearing a crystal or something and I'm like, oh my god, like let's be besties, you know. Or you can see they're queer and you're like, bro, I'm queer too, like let's be besties, you know, that type of thing. Two of Pentacles. I feel like you're juggling a lot of things in your life right now. I just think you're super busy, fam. You are a busy bee, very busy, very hardworking. Page of Cups. You're very romantic as well. I think you're full of surprises. So Page of Cups and Knight of Cups. Knight of Elixirs. You're very romantic. I think that people don't give you credit for how romantic you can be. And I think people get the energy that your love language is acts of services. So that is what I got for pile 2. I really hope it resonated, and let's get into pile number 3. So pile number 3, you guys chose this black fine liner, okay? So how do people see you? Thank you, Spirit, so much for being here with me. Can I please get an accurate reading for pile number 3? How do people see pile number 3? Bro, literally I got Capricorn energy. As soon as I picked this up, I was like Capricorn, and then this card came up. It says happy again and it's hashtag Capricorn. So 100% you could be a Capricorn, or I just think you have Capricorn qualities and characteristics within you. So with the happy again card, this is kind of talking about you, yeah, being happy again. I feel like people see you, and I think before maybe you used to be bullied or used to be picked on, and I feel like people when they meet you now, it's kind of like, is that the same you? Like, Jim, is that you? Or like, I don't know what your name is, Adriano or something like that. I don't know. I just feel like people are so shook when they meet you, because it's like, is that the same person that I knew in primary school, in secondary school, in high school, in university? It's like they're just shook because you had, like, I don't want to say a glow up. I feel like that term is kind of controversial, but I don't know another word to say it, but you had a glow up. I think that people are so shook because when they knew you before, you weren't how you are now. Maybe you weren't as outspoken, you weren't as attractive, you weren't as so on and so forth. And I think now people just see you and they're like, whoa, like, whoa. And people that meet you now that didn't know you before, they just think that you are like healed. I can see people meeting you and just thinking that you have everything figured out. I feel like people see you and there's this energy where like you're kind of predictable, or people like making assumptions about you. Like I can see someone meeting you and being like, oh, let me guess, like okay, so you had this glow up, right? And you are really attractive. Like it reminds me of this one movie called Love Hard. I'll insert a picture. But basically there's this attractive girl and she's just really pretty, and then when people meet her, like they think, oh, you've always been pretty, like that's it. And I think people don't know that you had to go through so much, you know. So there are two different ways that people see you, because the people that just meet you now, they're like, oh wow, like you're smart, you're attractive, maybe you have a job, or like you're working or you're studying, and it's like people just think that you have everything figured out, and they think that you didn't go through any adversities. They think that you were just given everything, you know, like a silver spoon in your mouth and stuff like that. And then the people that knew you before, I think they realize that you put in so much effort. So the people that know you don't make assumptions, but the people that don't know you, they just think that everything was handed to you. They think that you didn't work for anything, and you were always attractive, you were always beautiful, you were always handsome, you know, you always had a big dick, you know, that type of thing. And then we have A Way It Happened. So I will link down the short film. You should short series, you should watch it. But basically, I can sense you being someone, people see you as someone that definitely went through a heartbreak. I don't know, but there's this energy where you're kind of like, I can see it. Okay, you're a little bit like toxic. I think you're a little bit toxic. It's okay. It's fine. I'm here for it. I love you. But yeah, I think you can be a little bit toxic, or when people view you, they're kind of like, this bitch toxic. But it's not a bad thing, okay? Everyone has their toxic moments, and I think that's just how people see you. You know, maybe when you're going out and like you're out with friends, you're at the bar, or you're drinking, even if you don't drink, I just think that you're the life of the party. And like when people try to ask you out, you're like, no, I'm not interested. Or yeah, I don't know, I'm seeing like people just think you're toxic for some reason. And they think that maybe you went through something and that's why you are the way you are. Like, I can see people making assumptions about you. Screw them. There's a lot of assumptions and a lot of gossip out there about you. I'm gonna make another video on what do people say about you, or like what's the gossip around you, because I'm seeing there's a lot of gossip. Okay, I feel like people are saying, oh, like they rejected me because someone broke their heart, or like I'm a nice guy, why won't they give me a chance, or we used to be best friends, like why don't we talk anymore. Like, I'm just getting people saying stuff like that. And then we have your life is your life. So you could definitely be a poet, or like a writer, or people view you as someone that's very poetic. People love the way you speak. It's giving Effie Stoneham. I'll insert a picture of Effie Stoneham from Skins. Let me know if you've watched that TV show, but you remind me of Effie. Yeah, you're really poetic. And like I'm hearing like, love, love, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. And then it says comfort in the spiral. So this is kind of talking about like when you're busy spiraling, when you can tell that things are getting bad, you can tell that you're reverting to your old toxic habits, and you find comfort in it, you know. I think that you aren't afraid to make mistakes, and I think people will think that that's a bad thing because you're making mistakes. I just think that it's character development, you know. I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling. Pile 3, I love you. Okay, you're relatable. So Spirit, how do people see pile 3? We got so many cards. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I'm putting some back, y'all. I cannot read all of these. Okay, let's do this. So we have the 5 of Cups that came up, right? So I am seeing a breakup, or people assuming that you went through a massive breakup. I think that yeah, I think that you went through a lot of things. You know, maybe you used to be someone that was always there for people. You would always, you know, take off your coat to, I don't know, light yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. Yeah. And now you don't do that anymore. Page of Coins. I think you're slowly starting to stand up for yourself, and I feel like you're slowly starting to realize that not everybody's a good person. And not everybody deserves your comfort and your love, you know. It's a bit controversial. But yeah, like, definitely listen to some Charles Bukowski. I think you'd like his poetry. There's this one poem, I'll link it down below. It's called People Aren't Good. And I think I'm just getting the energy where it's like you're realizing that not everybody's a good person. Not everybody deserves you, basically. Then we have the Hermit card. So I feel like people get the energy that you're kind of an introvert, and that you like being within your own energy. You like being by yourself. I feel like you get your energy from being alone. And you kind of people get the energy that you don't need anyone. We have the Hierophant, so you could be a Virgo or you could be a Taurus. So definitely I'm getting earth sign energy. The Hierophant, I think you're really smart. I think you give amazing advice. And you're really strong. You also could smoke, by the way. Or you're trying to quit. Like, part of me is even thinking that you used to be like a huge party person, but now you're not. But yeah, like, you just changed a lot. You changed. You changed, girl, boy, non-binary person. Nine of Cups. I think you're just living your life for you. You're just chilling. You're like, you know what? This is my life. YOLO. I'm here to make mistakes. I'm here to live my life. I'm here to... We only have one life. Your life is your life. Like, let's just make the most of it, you know? Like, screw what they think. I'm gonna go and fuck that person. Or I'm gonna go and go to that party. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And you're living for you, okay? So that is what I got for pile number 3. I really hope the video resonated. I love you. And let's get into the next one. What is up, pile number 4? So you guys chose this green fine liner. Let's get into your pile, your reading. How do people see you? Okay, so Spirit, thank you so much for being here. Can we please clear the energy? This is just for pile number 4. How do people see pile 4? Okay. So we have the notepad Sagittarius energy. So you could be a Sagittarius or a Libra, okay? So this is the notepad. Basically, I think that you're someone that is, you think a lot. I think people see you as someone that, yeah, you think a lot. I think you're someone that, you're really hard to read, because as soon as I picked up your pile, like, I was thinking and like things were going through my head, and then all of a sudden it was like zoop, choop still. Like choop still means like quiet. It means like super quiet. Okay. I feel like your actions speak louder than your words, and people realize that. You know, maybe sometimes you can't really articulate how you feel in words, so you will kind of show it, and I feel like people really do appreciate that about you. There's this energy where, ooh, how do I say that? Okay, intelligence can be defined by a lot of different things. You get street smart and you get book smart. You get both, or you get people smart. You get a lot of different smart, you know. And I think that you are kind of like people smart. I feel like you understand people in a way that other people don't. I feel like you're able to make people feel good about themselves. You could definitely be like a therapist or doing education maybe. I just think that you're really good with people, especially younger people. I feel like when there is a situation where you're in a crisis, and maybe, yeah, I just see you being like a therapist, because I can see, or a nurse, like let's say someone's in danger, someone's in trouble, I can see you being that brave person that's gonna go and help them. Or let's say, for example, someone's having a tantrum and everybody has tried everything. They're like, I don't know what to do. They won't stop crying. They won't stop, like, I don't know what to do. And then you come in and you're able to like save the day. I don't know. Then we have the Sudoku. Okay. I feel like you do things for your inner child. I feel like people love that about you, and they really do appreciate it. That you don't mind still, you know, doing things that might be seen as immature. Yeah, like I can see you still enjoying going on swings. I feel like you love laughing, you love smiling. You don't take yourself too seriously, basically. And then we have the home card. So, and then we have Libra as well. I'll insert a picture of the movie Home. It's a really nice movie. I cried at the end of it, so yeah. But yeah, I just think that you like watching cartoons, and you don't mind, yeah, crying in front of people. You don't mind showing your emotions in front of people. And like I said, even if you don't say how you feel, you show how you feel. Spirit, how do people see pile 4? Pile 4. You could have an accent. People like your accent. Alrighty, we got the 9 of Cups that came up, right? 9 of Cups here. Wish, bliss, love potion, joy. Pharmaceuticals. Okay. You could be the person where even if you're in pain, you won't say it. You could definitely be a Leo. I think that you put other people's happiness before your own. And someone could be doing something, maybe hurting you, and you'll be like, you know what, I love you. Or I can see you having a crush on someone and other people knowing that you have a crush on someone, but you won't say anything because you're too scared or you're too nervous. I can see you liking people from afar. I think that you're someone that's very wishful. You're like a daydreamer. You could definitely be a Pisces. And I feel like you fall in love pretty easily. We have the Temperance card. So this is Sagittarius energy. Again, like, you think a lot. I feel like you could be someone that reads a lot of books. And I feel like you've been everywhere around the world. I feel like you have traveled. And even if you haven't traveled, I remember there's this movie, it's called Inkheart. Definitely watch, I'll insert a picture. And this lady was like, I've traveled all around the world. And then she was like, how do you have time for that? And she was like, I've read books. I don't know if that makes sense. But like, she traveled around the world because she read books about, you know, going to Egypt, going to Italy, Mauritius, Thailand. Like, there were books that were written in those places and she read them and she felt like she was actually there. So you could be a storyteller. And I think that when you explain stories, or like, you're really good at telling stories, because I can see people getting so engrossed when you're busy talking to them. I feel like you get really excited when you talk about your hobbies and people love that. You also could like have a couple stims or maybe tics or something. And I think people just like when you get excited, or you could be neurodivergent. And when you get really happy, you like, you know, like, it's sweet, it's cute, man. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So you're full of surprises, you're always changing. I think one day you can be really logical, the other day you're really serious, the other day you're more like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then sometimes you're just more emotional. I feel like you have a lot of different emotions every single day, and people kind of have to keep up with your mood swings. And it's a nice thing. You change up your wardrobe, you change up your hair. And I feel like when people fall in love with you, they fall in love with all of you. Like, you remind me of the song All of Me, you know, all of me loves all of you. Like, I just feel like when people fall in love with you, they fall in love with everything. Then we have the Knight of Coins. Teamwork. I think you're good at working with people in a group. And you listen to other people's input and their point of views. People like how you aren't dismissive. So that is what I got for pile 4. I really hope the video resonated. I love you so much, and let's get into the next one. Alrighty, pile number 5. You guys chose this purple fine liner, okay? So let's see, Spirit, how do people see pile 5? Ooh, yes, 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 yes. Let's take some more out. Okay, I'm taking a lot of cards. So let's see, your name could start with an S or an O or an R. SAR. No, an SD or an R. Those could be your initials. SRD or WPP. CQS. Those letters could mean something to you. But okay. So this is, it says fail better. I don't know why, but like, I'm getting the sense that you have gone through a lot of adversity. You could be a minority, or I just feel like you've had to work 10 times harder than everybody else. Maybe you are a non-man, you could be a woman, or you could be non-binary, you could be, I just think you're part of a certain minority. And it's like, even, okay, let's say you're a guy. I feel like you grew up with people telling you you can't cry, you can't share emotions, you can't you have to be strong, you have to be brave, you have to do this, you have to do that. And I feel like you had to kind of break away from that mold. I feel like when you were born, people put you in like a box and they were like, this is what you have to do. If you want to be successful, you have to go to work. I mean, you have to finish school, you have to do this, you have to do that. And I feel like you have reached a happiness and a contentment, or you've just reached a point in your life where you actually feel happy. And I can see people when they look at you, you look genuinely happy. I feel like when people look at you, they get this inspiration where it's like, when they look into your eyes, they can see a story. So your eyes are really captivating. I think when people look into your eyes, they just feel like, wow, like your eyes tell a story, you know. You should definitely write a bibliography or something. I just feel like you failed a lot. I think that you have been through a lot and you've faced a lot of rejection. And I think you're really successful now. You know, maybe you like, I don't know, like you recently just bought your own place, or you got a promotion in a job. I just feel like you did something like really, like it's a tangible type of thing. And people are really happy for you because you deserve it more than anyone else, because you have put the work in. People see you as super hardworking. And then we have the last. I will link down below everything that I'm busy talking about to the last and feel better. So this talks about why people fall in love with you. I think you're who people fall in love with, you're why people fall in love with you, you're what people fall in love with, you are where people are in love, and you're when people are in love. You'll get that when you watch the short form. But basically, you know, you're the last. I feel like your soulmate is kind of calling out for you. And I think that when people meet you, they just see a ring on your finger. Like when people meet you, it's like sometimes people won't even approach you because they feel like they can't. They feel like they know that they're not good enough for you. They know that you deserve better. So if you're in a position where you feel like people don't approach you, people don't talk to you, or like you're on dating apps and people don't swipe right on you, I think it's not because like they don't find you attractive. I think it's just more like either they think you're a bot, or they just feel like, I think your soulmate is like really close by, fam. Like they're super close, and they're kind of blocking off people from approaching you and coming towards you because they are coming. So yeah, your soulmate is on the way, okay? I'm telling you that now. Then we have they know you, pinky promise. They know you. Your soulmate's on their way, okay? They know you. I feel like people know you, okay? People talk about you a lot behind your back, and I think it's a lot of good things. I think that even people that aren't your friend anymore, they will still say good things about you. I feel like people wish the best for you. And people kind of want to protect you as well. We have in your eyes. I feel like you have a lot of telepathic capabilities. I remember I had this one teacher, she's a Cancer, and I don't know, but like I was super paranoid about something, and then I think I said something like, yes, I was like, I kept thinking about something. I was like, no, like everybody's looking at me, like they all know, like da 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 da. And then she was like, no, they don't, like they don't know, and like you're okay. Like she said it, and I was like, bro, how did you know I was busy thinking about something? Like, how'd you know? And I think you have that power, you have that ability where like you can read people's minds. Yeah. And then we have night is still young, so you seize the moment, you know, carpe diem. I feel like you're kind of living proof that it does get better. Yeah. So spirits, how do people see pile 5? How do people see pile 5? Ooh. We have the 8 of Pentacles, but in reverse. So it's interesting because I definitely would have seen this upright. I'll read it half and half, but 8 of Pentacles talks about you being a hard worker, you putting in a lot of extra time, a lot of extra effort in something that you care about. You know, you put in the hours, you put in the effort, and it paid off. In reverse, I think that just talks about you being able to rest now. I think Spirit is saying that you should take the time now to rest. I feel like you've made it, you know, like you got what you wanted, and now it's time to appreciate it, you know. Don't question why things are going your way. I can just see you going on a lucky streak basically, and yeah, enjoy it. Like don't stress too much about the small things. It's gonna work out. So you could be a Leo, or a Cancer, or an Aquarius. So the Sun card, people see you as being really happy. You're very joyful and you have a beautiful smile. People love your skin as well. I think you're very attractive. The Star card, you're the main character. People are just drawn towards you. People see you as being very lucky, or you're going to be very lucky. Three of Wands, if you reached out to someone and they haven't texted you back or something, I think there's more that's going on behind the scenes than they will let you know. I can see someone trying to get close to you, but they just feel like they're going to ruin things, or they feel like you have worked so hard to get to where you are now, and they don't want to come in and ruin everything. So I can see that being a message. But yeah, I feel like you deal with things on your own time. Maybe you're always late to things as well. The Chariot. People can sense that you definitely have gone through mommy issues, daddy issues, family issues. I think you've had a lot of family problems. And you've kind of broken a lot of generational curses. Yeah. I think people are really surprised when they meet your family, because it's like they can see the similarities, but it's like, I don't know, maybe you didn't have such a great upbringing. And I think it's just like, it's proof to say that, like, even if you didn't come from much, like, you can still be happy, you can still succeed in life, you know. And then we have the Page of Blades. People are intimidated by you. People are scared of you, fam. People are scared. Let me take out another card. Ooh. Spirit, how do people see pile 5? You guys are special because I'm using another tarot deck. How do people see pile 5? We have Mural, be your own first priority. So people see you as making yourself a priority. Let's see what it says. It feels like the first time. Whatever you're currently grappling with, you must put yourself first. When you're on an airplane, they always tell you to put your own oxygen mask before you try to help your neighbor with theirs. That is to say, if you don't make sure your own energy bar is full, then you'll have no energy to give someone else. Be brave enough to admit when you need to take a step back from the demands of others and work on making sure you're okay. That is what I got for pile number 5. That is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you did. Comment down below other video suggestions, please, because I have no idea what I'm about to do. I really don't know. I love you again. I'm so sorry that I have not uploaded, guys. I've thought about you every day and I'm glad to be back. I'm gonna film as many videos as possible. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I love you. Bye.